GoPros like reinvented the wheel for like home, like making your own little home adventure movies. iPhones are great. Like we've even used iPhones in Salomon TV episodes when we need them, and we change our cameras according to what we're shooting. So whatever you've got nowadays is probably good enough to go all the way to cinema if you needed it to. So best camera for the job is the one that you got in hand. It's that classic old thing. But there's a lot of like little cheats, like, you know, you get a ton of rain covers for cameras, but sometimes like a cling wrap is like a really good rain cover, and it allows you to use all the controls. If you're shooting in cold weather, when you move your bag inside into like hotter weather, just to keep your bag closed for 30 minutes, just to allow everything to average out so that you don't bomb your camera when you have a sudden change in temperature. We don't carry on camera lights, but we take our headlamps and we'll like just use a Velcro tape and tape them to the top, and we use that. That works just as well as any light, as long as the headlamp's got like a dimming function. Often you'll get better content if you minimize your gear and you don't have those options, because then you make a creative plan to go and, you know, fix it. So if you've got 2 lenses rather than like 7 lenses, you're probably not going to see a visible difference in the aesthetic of the piece, and you'll probably capture more stuff while it's happening, because you're not fiddling with the cameras. That's probably the best advice, is like have an idea of what you want to capture, but then don't be scared to change that when real life happens and things just happen. And that's the nature of adventure and outdoor sports. Things never go according to plan. You kind of plan for your plan not to work. So I don't like going into a project with like a very defined, structured setup, which, you know, a lot of the magic that we get on Salomon TV is stuff that just happens on the fly, and we move a camera and we capture something and then we run with that idea. You know, if you're interviewing someone, you just leave the camera rolling a little bit, and you can sometimes capture the essence or character of someone on the outtake. The fun stuff shooting, like that's the fun stuff, and the work is putting it together and making a little story and making those hard decisions and being able to separate the emotional attachment from the experience to what someone's going to see, because they're just seeing an image. So being very strict and hard, and trying to, you know, when you're shooting, to structure your shooting so that you don't come back with 10 hours and try to cut a minute out of that. And often that can make a worse film. Being structured so that when you go into the edit, it's not overwhelming. And then to set your edit up, and like we spend a lot of time, almost half our edit time is pure structure in the edits, like sorting the footage, putting it in the right folders, laying out our narration, spending time on that, getting all the timings right, so that when we want to be creative, we know where everything is, it's sitting in its folders, and we can just go and do that, and we don't have to deal with administrative stuff. You got to do the boring stuff to do the cool stuff.